In November 1944, a segregated tank unit stormed into the heart of Nazi Europe, armed with steel, courage, and an unwavering belief in equality. This is the story of the 761st Tank Battalion, nicknamed the Black Panthers, and why America forgot their fight. Activated April 1st, 1942 at Camp Claiborne, Louisiana, the 761st trained for nearly 2 years across the Jim Crow South, Louisiana, Texas, Kentucky, learning how to fight while enduring racism and segregation. Their motto, "Come out fighting." But before they faced a single Nazi tank, they had to confront discrimination from their own country. In 1944, a young lieutenant named Jackie Robinson, yes, that Jackie Robinson, was court-martialed at Fort Hood while training with the 761st. His crime? Refusing to move to the back of a segregated Army bus. Though eventually acquitted, the event underscored the dual war black soldiers were fighting, one against fascism abroad and one against racism at home. The Army would later quietly transfer Robinson out of the 761st. He never saw combat, but he went on to break baseball's color barrier just as the Black Panthers would break through Nazi lines in Europe. On October 10, 1944, 676 black enlisted men and 30 black officers landed in Normandy. They were attached to General George Patton's Third Army. Patton boldly declared, "I don't care what color you are, as long as you kill Kraut." Their first major engagement came November 7th at Morville-l'Evêque, facing enemy mines, 88mm guns, and firestorms. Captain John Long and Sergeant Roy King led the way under heavy German fire. On November 16, 1944, near Gueblanche, France, Staff Sergeant Ruben led his tank into battle despite being mortally wounded. He refused to fall back. He said, "I see him, we'll fight him," and drew heavy fire to cover his unit's retreat. Rivers died November 19th. By January 1945, the Black Panthers were seasoned veterans. They entered the frozen forests of the Ardennes. With only 11 tanks left, they spearheaded the attack on Thiers, Belgium, facing elite German forces. Many tanks were lost, yet they pushed on. Sergeant McBurney and Sergeant Windsor walked miles to return to the lines and rejoin the fight. After the Bulge, the 761st broke through the Siegfried Line. They liberated over 30 towns and crossed into Germany by late 1945. On May 4th, they helped liberate Gunskirchen concentration camp with the 71st Infantry. They found emaciated prisoners, piles of bodies, and unimaginable suffering. For many black soldiers, the irony was sharp. They were liberating people abroad while denying basic rights at home. Despite 183 days in combat, over 300 Purple Hearts, 11 Silver Stars, and countless acts of bravery, the 761st Tank Battalion was not recognized by the U.S. government for over 3 decades. In 1978, President Jimmy Carter finally awarded the 761st a Presidential Unit Citation, recognizing their extraordinary heroism and performance of duty. That citation had to wait until many of the men were old or gone. In 1997, Staff Sergeant Ruben was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, the first black World War II soldier to receive it. It had taken over 50 years for one of the battalion's greatest heroes to receive the nation's highest military honor. The moment was bittersweet, an overdue acknowledgement of valor that had been long ignored. The 761st helped pave the way for President Truman's 1948 Executive Order 9981, which desegregated the U.S. Armed Forces. They had proven, in blood and courage, what many refused to believe. The black soldiers would not only serve, but excel in combat. The Black Panthers didn't just fight fascism abroad. They fought for the right to fight, for the right to be seen. Names like Jackie Robinson and Ruben remind us that some battles are won long before a single shot is fired. Others, long after the smoke has cleared. The 761st Tank Battalion was forgotten by history, but they were never defeated. Their courage forced a reckoning, not just on the battlefield, but in the soul of a segregated nation. True change, lasting change, requires sacrifice and persistence, and the willingness to come out fighting. Always remember the 761st and share their story so no one ever forgets again.